Okay, so again, welcome, guys. You're going to be the visitor host starting in January. I want to thank all of you guys first and foremost for accepting that role. It's not complicated, but it is a very important role. So I'm going to walk through the document with you, and you will also have this on dashboard, so you can refer to it if you need to. It is a simple job, but it is very, very important. I can tell you back in 2017, when I joined TNT, I still remember the first time that I came and the visitor host that greeted me. So it is very important. You are going to be the first point of contact. And for some people, that is going to put them at ease and make them feel much more comfortable. So here's the role as we lay it out. You need to be sure that you're there about 15 minutes before the meeting. When people are trying to find the space, sometimes they just leave early so that they don't arrive late. So we need you there early so that you can greet people as they're coming in. Keep the room engaged in open networking. So, as a rule, your other leadership team members are also going to help in this. But I don't want you guys sitting down. I want you moving around, networking, so that when people come in, they are walking into a room where there's a lot of activity and people are standing. As a rule, that's just much more comfortable to walk into. Greet visitors with a warm smile. I want you to stand close to the door because, again, you're going to greet those new people as they're coming in. So you need to be where they're going to be entering. You're going to ask who they are, what their business is about, and how they heard about us. And then you're going to ask them for 4 business cards. Now, if they don't have any, that's fine. If they do have some, hopefully they do. You're going to take those and you're going to also ask them to sign in with with the sign in sheet. They're going to put their name, their business, just kind of basic contact information, and let them know that when the meeting starts, they will also have an opportunity to give their 60-second commercial. Now, sometimes you have more than one visitor. If that's the case, then what you want to do is just after you get this information and have them sign in on the sign in sheet, you're just going to kind of pass them to someone else in the group. You're just going to say, "Hey, Bob, I want to introduce you to Judy. She's here today visiting. She does this, this, and this," and then let Bob start talking to her, and then your attention can go back to the door so that if anybody else comes in, or let's just say another person has come in, you're able to greet them. Now, if no one is coming in, you can stand there and talk to them, make them feel a little bit more comfortable. As visitor host, you have the opportunity to be the first leadership position that gives a report. So when the gavel goes down and the president says that the meeting has started, you are the first one that will be called upon, and you're just simply going to introduce everybody. All right. You're going to announce the visitors, and this is why you have a business card. If you don't, they've signed in. You look at your sign in sheet, give their name and give their business. That's all. And I also want to be sure to let you guys know anybody who is not an actual member of your chapter should be introduced. So if that's a sub, if that's a cousin, if that's me, anybody who is not in your chapter as a member, you want to recognize them. Okay. Now, sometimes there's several subs. If that's the case, you can say, "There are several subs here today," or "There are several cousins here today. And would you guys introduce yourself?" Sometimes, if there's lots of cousins, that's an easier way to do it. But bottom line is, if somebody is not a chapter member, they get an introduction. Now, there's a purpose for you taking 4 business cards. You are going to hand one to the chapter president, one to the vice president, one to membership, and then you can either keep it yourself or you can hand it to any other member in the group and ask them if they would please follow up with the visitor. And the reason that we do this is because we would love, ideally, for that visitor to get at least 2 phone calls the next week from people that just told them that they thank them for coming and they would love for them to come back and visit again. They hope that they had an enjoyable time. All right, so we want to reach out, we want to follow up. You as a visitor host, because they met you first, I would love for you to be one of those people, but you also can hand a card to someone else if you know you've got a busy, crazy week and maybe you're not going to be able to get to it. Just hand it to someone else and say, hey, would you please follow up with the visitor? Okay. The last thing is you are responsible for reporting the visitors, ideally within 24 hours of your meeting. And the way that you're going to do that is on Discord. So let me show you here. So we jump over on Discord and we have a channel here that's called Visitor Tracking. Okay. Over on the side, you're going to find visitor tracking. And then what I would like you to do, and Brandy put this on here today. So what I would like you to do is just take a snapshot of your sign-in sheet and upload it to this visitor tracking. Now you can see here, sometimes if it's just one or two visitors, the visitor host will just type it in. That's fine. Either way is fine. Sometimes Debbie from the Waymakers, she just does a snapshot of business cards. However it is that you guys can get it on there to where it's legible, understandable, that's what I'd love for you to do. Now you notice here, Brandy had the Producers Visitors Day, lots and lots of visitors here. So this is something that the next time that we do a Producers Visitors Day, we can go back and we can pull up these logs and see who came and maybe send them an email or a text or something and invite them back. So it is really important that we keep these for various reasons. So just be sure that once you capture that information, you're going to have a binder, you're going to have a folder actually that's in the leadership binder that the president of your chapter keeps. And it goes right back into their binder. And that's where your sign-in sheets are kept. Now, here's what I would ask you to do. If you sign into Dashboard, you're going to, once I assign you as a visitor host, which will be within another week, I'm going to have you assigned your role. So once you get into Dashboard and you're going to see visitor host, you're going to go down and you're going to be able to pull up this visitor substitute sign-in sheet. And I would recommend, if you don't have any in that folder in your chapter, I would print out 8 or 10 of them. I would just have a little bit of a stack in there so that you don't run out. Because my guess is some of the reason that the other groups do it differently is maybe they just simply have run out of the sign-in sheets and they're not sure where to get them. So that's where you're going to find them. When you log into your Dashboard, within another week, I will have your roles assigned on Dashboard. Log in, right up on the left-hand corner, it's going to say Visitor Host. You click on that and there's going to be a drop-down menu. And this is going to be one of your choices. So click on it, print a few, and you're good to go. Take them and put them in your leadership binder and you're good to go. And guys, that's really it. That's the nuts and bolts of the visitor host role. Like I say, it's simple, it's very important. It's basically you're just tracking the people that are coming and visiting, documenting them, and then reaching out to them and thanking them for coming and welcoming them to come back again. You also, if they have any questions that you're not able to answer, you pass them off to your membership person in your group, and they'll be able to answer any other questions. Okay? So I'm going to have this also will be available to you on Dashboard, this document, but after the meeting here, I'm going to share this with you, and I will also share that sign-in sheet, and then you can log into Dashboard at your leisure and find them and print them from there as well. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop the recording right now, and I will answer some questions if you have any.